so many with proven success. So what we're doing here is CD, they have a show, they have books that we can all refer to. There's so many out there. I'm sure a lot of you guys have been practicing or reviewing some of these materials by yourself, which is actually in a good path. And that's how we got started. But let me tell a little bit story about myself. I've been in the industry since October of 2011. I moved from New Jersey to Houston, and then made friends, a couple of guys, playing some games and things. After about a month or two being here, I was invited to a home meeting. Of course, when you're invited, you will say yes out of respect, but of course you will also have an excuse at the time comes, right? You say, I came up with all different excuses. I have a, I'm sick, my dog is sick, I'm tired, my dog is tired, whatever that is. So I never went a couple of invites. What I like about the guy who's invited me over and over again, he has the same tone. He never accused me of anything. He was just saying, hey Jojo, I have another meeting if you would come. Hey Jojo, we have a hotel meeting. Hey, can we have a three-way conference? He would never get tired of inviting me. I would say more than 2 weeks, he kept on doing that. Every other day he would give me a break, a day or two, but he would continue to invite me and send me text messages. One day, out of respect, because I remember he helped me unload some of the things when I moved here in Houston. So he was introduced to me by a friend of mine, actually a coworker of mine. So I said, I looked at my text messages and it says bomb, right? Bomb Thursday. I said, what's this bomb? Later I found out it was a business opportunity meeting, and they called it BOM. So I went Thursday, got to the hotel meeting, and then realized there's many people standing by waiting for, I guess, for the big shots, for the presenter. They're wearing suits, and I was just wearing my regular office attire. Got in, listened to the presentation, but it was in the beginning it wasn't really a presentation. It was a video of a person with a huge house, like a mansion, a Bentley car, a BMW motorcycle, a BMW car, all those lifestyle. And me, having worked for back then about 21 years in the IT industry, being just a quote-unquote employee, I didn't believe that. In fact, I was contradicting, I was being negative in myself. I was just saying, this guy's just telling me if I do this business, if I participated, I will be like him. That's a big no-no in my mind. I said, these guys were just, just trying to entice me. I was going to leave, look back, but the door was closed, and the guy who invited me was next to me. Long story short, I didn't leave. At the end of the day, the presentation was closed. He just said, if you just know 2 people, invite them to this meeting, and we're going to present for you. And then also I heard about something about tax write-off, right? I said, wow, that's huge. I need a tax write-off benefit. So that was my first business in the industry. And then, like many of us here, you were so excited. You were asking your best friend, your sister, your brothers. And in my case, I asked my sister. I said, 2 people, it's going to be my sister, lives in California, and going to be my best friend in New Jersey. And, and I learned very, very quickly that those people that are very, very close to you are the same people that's not going to initially see it in you. So in short, my sister hung up on me, and my best friend just said, it's not the right time. And at that time, I was emotionally attached to what happened. And realized later, after a few years of training, listening to my mentors, that really, this is the first lesson I'm going to share with you. It's really don't have to be emotionally attached to the outcome. We just have to detach ourselves emotionally to the outcome of whatever we're trying to share. Remember, you're just sharing. You're not selling anything. It's not going to be life and death. And but then at the same time, it's not like the mantra, some will, some won't, so on, next. It's not going to be like that. I've used that principle in my first few years, and I think it did me more bad than good. what I'm trying to say here is that essentially whatever we're doing, it has we had to put relationship on top of this, on top of everything that we do. We don't want to damage anything that we do here. You know, of course, I didn't damage my relationship with my sister, but you can tell that I didn't talk to her for probably next couple of days. And until now, when I moved to Paycation, which is my second company, she still doesn't look at this business, but I still love her to death, right? Because it's your sister. My point is that your success is not going to be dependent on the people that you think you're going to join your business, which leads me to discussing with you the first skill set that we're going to develop. And I know some of you here, I've seen a lot of people here, a lot of leaders more capable than me in sharing this experience. But again, I'm just tasked to do this. I'm going to share with you my personal experience, right? So finding the prospect is one in this industry. The first one are the posers, the second one are the amateurs, and the last one will be professionals. I would love to be professional, but I can honestly tell you that I've been a poser. You know, I've elevated myself to become an amateur, and I'm working my way to become a professional. It's just basically characteristics of doing things. What does the poser mean? Poser essentially has maybe few people in mind, 3, 4, or 5 people in mind, that he thinks is going to join the business even before he signed up or she signed up. Said, I'm going to have this, this, and this. Same thing that happened to me. Remember the story, I have my sister and my best friend wanted to approach them. They're already in my mind even before I signed up. So that I have that poser mentality, but in that mentality, your success is entirely on those people. Your success is entirely in those people. That's a poser mentality. I'm sure you guys have experienced that in your career here in the direct selling industry, where you have a friend join your business, that I know my friend is going to join me, and my sister and my neighbor and this and that. Lo and behold, they didn't join that person, they didn't join him or her, and then she said, you know what, this business doesn't work. On some cases, just like in my cases, I decided to move up and increase my mental list. I don't believe in writing names and paper 100 lists. To me, that's very, you know, it's tiresome. To me, it doesn't work for me. I don't believe in that because I wasn't too coachable in the beginning. Remember, I've been in the IT industry for almost 22 years, 21 years at that time when I joined the industry. And I do believe whatever I do at work, and the computer work that I do, if I do good, you input good things in a computer, it's going to give you a good output. A bad input is going to give you a bad output. That's all I believe in. And then when I started to develop skills, I started to listen to my mentors and listen to a lot of videos and reading books. I realized that the mental list of people is not going to do me any good. But then, you know, it didn't change for me overnight. I started to go out of, because I don't know anybody in Houston when I moved here, and that's another worst part, right? I joined a network marketing industry without knowing anybody, and in hindsight, it became more helpful to me than, you know, than going the other way. Just because I wasn't afraid to approach anybody. You know, we play ball games, and people would ask me, "What do you do?" I would say 2 things. I do IT work, and I have business on the side. Most of the time, people don't care about my work. They will just ask me, what is your business? And at the time, my mentor told me, don't explain the business. All you need to do is just invite them to an opportunity if they're interested to find out what's your business. And I slowly started to develop that invitation process. But in the beginning, I was like vomiting all the information, telling them about my company started in 2001 and things like that. Just like what we do here, you know, our company is 15 years old. Priceline is the, you know, $64 billion company. We always say that, and I've been saying that in the, and I realize it's not that important to those people as what is the value of this opportunity you're trying to share to them. So moving back to that poster mentality, when I had that, I came out of my warm market and I started meeting people and invited them. My first 3 invites in a whole meeting all signed up with me. And then, you know, I would say part is luck, part of that is my perseverance, and I elevated myself to an amateur mentality, which I didn't know until I read this book, that I was really becoming serious. And part of the reason I did that is because of another book. It's because of another, not book, but actually another audio. The guy who put me in that business, by the way, has already quit after 8 months. He actually gave me, as soon as I started with him in that project back in 2011, a DVD of Robert Kiyosaki. Some of you must have heard that or watched it multiple times, and I did. It's called Business of the 21st Century. And I can tell you honestly, that has become my aha moment. That has been created a paradigm shift to me when I just watch him talk about how can you transition of becoming an employee to becoming a business owner. And the solution he offered is network marketing. You don't have to, you don't have to loan that much money. You don't have to put up a lot of money. You can be in the business for less than $500, develop your skills, and try to duplicate the process and learn the system. I said, wow, I'm willing to give this a shot, just because at that time I've been working for my company for so many years, and I've never had the chance to achieve what I wanted to achieve. But don't get me wrong, job is good. We all have jobs. We needed that in the beginning. We're not asking everyone to quit. But it's just different. It's just so different when you experience working for yourself, which fortunately for me, I've been doing that for the last 13 or 14 months now, after being involved in this one of the greatest opportunities that came in our lifetime called Paycation. So it's really such a blessing. Now, coming back to that poacher mentality, which I elevated to amateur, I said, you know what? I can just put people in my mind and just invite them that randomly. I started to create some lists. I started to write down some people. My problem was when I started putting barber, the guy at the store, or whoever I meet or I met the last time, and what I will meet today, I will just put them on my list and talk to them. And learning from about this book called GoPro, I realized that what Mr. Airboy said, just write those names. It's essential that you write those names, but you don't have, it's up to you to prospect them, right? So to me, that's the key. To me, that's a learning process when I read this book. He said, you can have 100, 200, or many other names in your list, but it's really up to you to prospect them. You don't have to. You just have to put them in your list. Now, what's the importance of putting them in your list if you won't even prospect them? And the key is about timing. You will have to really wait for the right timing in order to talk to some people. And I can tell you a great story that has happened to me in the last 4 days. And I know some of you must have seen the postings that I put in the business. I put in a GDA. One of the guys is actually a grandson of an SVP in Filelinks. Filelinks is the name of a company that I was formerly involved, or prior I was involved with that company prior to Vacation. And I met him about a week or two after I started Vacation, and I invited him to this opportunity. And he essentially said to me, I'm doing another business, and I wasn't ready. I respect that, and didn't really give him any pressure, and also there's no pressure on myself. But I kept him on my list. I kept him on my list. I don't have 100 lists, but I kept him on one of the important lists that I have in my in my note. For some reason, 2 days ago, no, about last week, he called me up. He said he met somebody that's ready to start a business or talk to me about some business venture. And I realized it's going to be, it's another guy offering me to, to join their company, or wanting me to join their company. They join my company. I don't go with that deal. I don't go with no deals, right? So anyway, I said, you know what? Let's just, wait for me to come back. I'll be out I'll be out of town. But when I come back, let's talk. He said, yeah, call me anytime. Called him yesterday, Sunday. I said, let me stop by and let's just talk. Rain was bad, wasn't able to get to their house and our appointment, so I went elsewhere at a restaurant and invited him to come and see me at the restaurant. He said he couldn't go because he's working at home. I said, fine. And he was telling me he was ready to sign up. And this is what the exact words I told him while I was in the car. I said, Justin, I don't want to see you. I'm not, my purpose to see you is not to sign you up. My purpose to see you is really to understand this business and work with me side by side, because I really want you to see the value of this business. I see the value in you. It's a potential, potential leader, potential a person that I know will really go on top of the compensation plan. And he goes to me something like this: really? You don't want me to sign up? I said, not that I don't want you to sign up. I said, I don't want you to sign up today, right? Because we just met. It's the first time we're meeting after 1 year. There's a lot of changes in vacation. There's a lot of upgrade. If you're still referring to 3x7, $25,000 a month, that's not it anymore. It has grown to 700 times. I just want to give you the value of our opportunity for you to learn more and for you to understand what I'm trying to offer you, or what you're trying to get into. He said, okay, fine. If you want me to sign up, I won't sign up. So, okay. But I just want to show you one thing. Here's what we do. We actually do webinars, right? We do webinars. If you're working today, I just want to talk to you. Let's go webinar. So got home. 10 minutes later, him and I were in a webinar. During the course of the conversation, he is basically, after I explained to him that, it took about 10, 12 minutes or in my estimate to explain to him what are the upgrades or what are the things in the pipeline for Paycation. He said, wow, this is it. You don't have to convince me. I'm decided. Let's get started. Right? For me, from the point of like in about maybe an hour or less than an hour, for me telling the guy that my purpose is not to sign him up, for him to change his mind and to sign up, to me that's very, it's a lot of lesson there. It's a lot of lesson. Just because I want to try to establish that relationship with him, and just he started to just, I'm going to jump onto it, I trust you and things like that, let's do this, right? So these are the things that, because remember, I didn't take him out from my list. He said no to me in the beginning, but it wasn't the right time. And I'm just finding out he was just one very excited dude, one very excited person to do this business. He was just waiting for the right time. So we have a lot of plans, we have a lot of game plan, and that's one lesson to me. Sometimes you really have to read the situation, right? Read the situation, whether the person is ready or not ready. And the person that I met today is another person who's never done MLM, never been involved in anything. He's a real estate broker, have a business outside of the U.S., and essentially 8 years outside of corporate America. Used to be a nurse, but right now he's doing on his own on a traditional business. And he said, I don't believe in MLM. So we met, we had lunch. We actually were together for like 3 hours. And then he just told me, I was listening, the past about 3 or 4 days, I was more on listening. That's why I'm surprised I'm talking right now. I was more on listening and putting them on the system, just because I found out that he's been traveling a lot, and he wanted to benefit from 8 to 9 or 8 to 10 travel that he does every year because of his business out of the U.S. So basically, us as a consultant, so we're not recruiters, we're consultant, we're giving them a solution to whatever situation they have, whether it's money, time, or whatever. His thing is just, I just want to get paid to do something that I've been doing anyway. So I said, if that's the case, then you know what, I can show you this and this. These are the vendors, and this is what we have. Without presentation, said, yes, I'm ready to get started. Right? So that's another lesson to me, by listening to them. Instead of me presenting the whole entire PowerPoint and giving them the matrix, giving them things like that, the guy just want to get paid on the travel that he's doing. Right? So at that point, all you need to do is listen to them, essentially telling you what they need, and we provide them on what they need, and maybe you can create a match. And at some point, there's a high percentage that you can bring out from that amateur list. Down the reason they call the list goes shorter and shorter, right? Because you're going through the numbers, and I was doing that. I've done that in my second year in this industry. My list is getting shorter and shorter because I don't know a lot of people here, and I probably moved here really a nobody here in Houston. I don't know anyone. So anyway, your anxiety level increases. I thought I'm going to run out of people. I thought, it's the end of the day for me in this industry. I tried it. I gave it my best shot, but it's not for me. And that was my mindset. But then what happened was, along the way, I was going to a convention by myself and just listening to a lot of mentors. There is one one guy by the name of Darren Hardy is actually the owner of Success Magazine back in 2014. Entering 2015, that was our last convention of the year. I was listening to him. He essentially said, be the biggest failure next year. So I couldn't quite understand what he said. Be the biggest failure. Just keep on failing. Just keep on failing. Be at the bottom of whatever you want to be. And that's where you can start to get up. And then I couldn't quite understand that, but I can tell you guys in that 2004, at the beginning of 2014, in this business, I was really at the bottom. I was really not doing anything. I keep on learning, but there was no production. I was doing it, but I keep on failing. I just don't know. I'm just following everything that I need to follow, but really not working. So I was the biggest failure. I didn't mean to be a failure, but that's what's just happening. And then what I did was just, still hang out with the right people, like-minded people who have the same goals. I'm still attending regionals, and I'm still attending the national convention. I'm still on the conference calls. It's still on our weekly meetings, still on boot camp, and all those things took a lot of sacrifices, took a lot of time and money. And it's not easy. It's not easy. Until one time, a lady by the name of, and she's here, introduced me to this business, sent me a video, said, Happy New Year. I'm very happy, and I found this travel industry, try to take a look. It's a very indirect approach that I received from her, and out of respect, I know her. I said, where are you now? Why did you move? So I was asking, I was more curious on why she would go outside of our project and move to another one. I was curious at that time. But then when I saw the video that he shared to me, and I just told myself it made sense. It took me a couple of days before getting started, but that was the key. But that was the key. I was at the bottom. I think I found something, and then you know what? Let's just move it. And up to this day, I was very grateful to my mentor, to my good friend, Jojo Rosa, for sharing me this great opportunity. Just one video. Imagine, we don't have a webinar. We don't have, it wasn't a one-on-one. I didn't have any three-way calls. We didn't have any hotel meetings. It was just a video. We jumped into it, and I'm pretty sure she did the same thing, jump into an opportunity that she would just say, let's try this out. And the reason I'm bringing that up is with all the people that we have here, with all the support that we have here, we have people that has been in the company for 2 years. You have Chad Thompson, we have Mark Sterling, we have Spencer Harrison, we have Robert Green, Jonathan Green, Chinasa Duson. We have all the guys that are there has been experienced and been in the industry. We have all that support. We are part of that team supporting each other. There's a lot of upcoming leaders that we've talked to, that we've listened to, that are very, very capable of really going to the top of the compensation plan if that is your goal, right? It depends on your goal is. Like we all said, we all have different goals. Some of you may be in this webinar just by, just want to show up in the webinar. Some of you may be here really serious in trying to learn something or getting that spark or supporting the team. Some of you may be just grinding. Some of you may be just, I just want to spend time because I'm not doing anything. It depends on what your goal is. But I can assure you, everything that you do in the industry that we're in adds up. Everything adds up. Every meeting that you go to, every webinar, every three-way conference, it all adds up. And at some point, you will be in a place comfortably enough where you want to be, that you can actually grow more. It's not sitting back and relax. It's actually a place where you can actually lead and learn more about leadership. Because right now we're learning. Guess who's learning more at this point? Guess who's benefiting right now? I would say it's me. It's me. Why? Because I'm practicing, I'm teaching, and the best way to learn things is to teach things, right? You're actually realizing that things that you've experienced, things that those share to you, and now you're passing it to somebody else. And there's a lot of learning process. There's a lot of things going on in that. So right now, just like I said in the very beginning, I opened up this call. I was so humbled, I was so honored, because now is the time for me to really learn this big time. And I hope everybody here, and no doubt each and every one, each and every partner that we have here in this call has that ability to really, share that experience and share those learning processes and develop our skills each and every day. And speaking of skills, right, now we're moving up to professional level. So we're talking about amateur. What's the difference? What is about being a professional? The third type of network marketer, you know, that he wrote is about professional would never worry about running out of people. Their actually core skill is to finding people. One of the core skills is finding people to share their opportunity, whatever their opportunity is. It's not being afraid, or it's not having fear of running out of numbers. They're always looking ways to find people and present an opportunity, and they keep their list active. They have their active list wherein they keep updating. You know, they keep updating. If they come to up to 100 lists, came up to 99, there's only one left, they will keep on adding. They will keep on adding. You will never run out of people. That's why sometimes it surprises me to hear some of our partners saying, you know what, I quit. I have no other people to talk to, just because they were on the posters level, where the people that they think, or the success level that they have is based only on those people that they know, maybe 3 or 4, 5 or 6 in their workspace, or maybe in their neighborhood, or maybe in their family. That's all their success is. But once you get out of that poster and elevate yourself in the amateur, you have a much better chance of moving up to professional, right? So what we all do, what we all want to do, is becoming on that professional level. And there's so many ways to be in that part. Trying to say is, right now at this point, there's many people that you will encounter, because right now we're just starting to grow. We all know that there are growing pains. You will hear a lot of people. I just had a conference call with completed earlier about hold on a second, guys. Right. So I just had a conference call from the Philippines. The My partner, who's actually there right now, put me with a friend, and we talk about possibilities. Right. First thing they asked me is, we all know what it is, right? Is that a pyramid? Second, has that something to do with network marketing? So those are the common questions that dreaded questions that you will always hear almost every single day if you actually share this opportunity to a lot of people who are pretty much not in the know, you know, have not even experienced earning $10 in passive income. People that just like myself, working for 18 years in one company, earning salary from 8 to 5. Again, there's nothing wrong with that, but all we need to do is, instead of trying to sound smart, trying to be the reason, or trying to be the issue, what we want to do is try to slowly educate that person. And if we all do that, imagine right now we're 39 people here, 38 people here in this call. If we try to educate one person a day, so let's say 40. So tomorrow we have 40 people educated in this industry. In the following day, those 40 duplicate the same process with 1 or 2 simple statements. Now it's going to be 80. And those numbers are going to grow. And there is no secret, right? So yes, there will be questions about, have you made money yet? How much have you made? There will be questions like, is this pyramid? Is this network marketing? You know, where is the company getting money to pay us? How come they're paying so much money, right? And those are the things that they have no belief in the industry. And first and foremost, they have no belief in themselves. But the key is, if you can find something to put that belief back to that person, and then now to try to discuss things like what is essentially the network marketing industry, what is the strength of this industry compared to other industry, and then knowing something about your company, and of course knowing about your product, and then believing yourself. Those are the 4 key elements that you can introduce to that person, and now you just have educated that person, regardless whether that person partner with you or not. Remember, our key is education. You have to educate and share that knowledge. just because that person at some point may encounter something in life and may just remember you. Thank you for sharing this to me. Now, I remember you guys that you shared this with me because things changed. And I cannot speak for everybody. I'm not trying to speak on behalf of everyone, but solely in my own experience. I was in Vermont the other day. Lady called me, actually emailed me, say, hey Jojo, I need more information about extreme travel. And then I couldn't recognize the name and said, if you could give me your number, I can call you when I get back to Houston. So she gave me her number. I started to dial that number when I just came back, when I came back yesterday. And that number is already recorded in my cell phone. Name is Adria. So I called her and said, Adria, because it's already in my phone. Hey Adria, how are you? Long time no see. But trust me, I forgot, how she got on my phone. Said, hey Jojo, remember me? I was the lady working for the post office, and you gave me your card with Extreme Travel, because that's what my first business card, it says Extreme Travel on it. And you gave me this about, last March or something like that, 10 months ago. And I just thought of calling you because now I'm looking for something. You said this is about opportunity. When do you have a meeting? I just kept her on my contact list. I just gave her a number, and she started reaching out because her life now changes. She now needs something. At the time, she wouldn't even call me. I texted her. She wouldn't even text me back. So I totally forgot about her. Imagine those type of story can happen to anybody. So right now, I invited her. Now I'm in contact with her, and she will promise to be at our event when Chad comes here on Friday. So now I have one guest, right? So true story. These are the things that can happen to you. What I'm saying is, she's not even part of my list because I don't know her. When I gave her my business card, I didn't add her on my list because I'm just saying, you know what, here's my card, call me when you need something. Those are the type of things work. It's not only the people in your list, but people that we encounter every day. What I'm trying to share here to people is that we are a growing company. We don't have the numbers yet. We don't have the momentum yet. But right now, we are all in a position to create that momentum for this company. We are the ones who are going to help this company grow. And when that happens, you know where you sit in. We know where your place is when that happens. And I'm so excited, and thank you for putting that. Who's that guy on that picture? I think I recognize that could be, very thankful to Mr. David Manning for his vision for this company, for the great opportunity that he created for all of us, and of course, Mr. Mark Campis. And I really don't want to talk a lot about this, and I was told to discuss about Eric Worre. What I would suggest for you guys to pick up that book, Eric Worre, GoPro, and just to show you that, I also do have it here with me. And you know what, you do what you do, right? You say what you do and you do what you say. So I was reading that book, and I do suggest that you guys also would read that book and share it to your partners. So that's all I have, guys, and I thank you again for all of you that made it here, and I hope to see you again in our next SDS. But I'm gonna give it back to our host, my diamond bro, Mr. Raymond Reyes. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
Wow, that was so powerful, Diamond Jojo. Thank you, bro, for that very, very powerful training today or tonight. I hope you guys really took down some special notes tonight and get all those powerful nuggets that Diamond Jojo just really brought on tonight. And this actually this training is officially being recorded, and we will put this in our chat rooms, maybe, or probably in our GDA page, and to our WBI team page as well. Thank you so much, Diamond Bro, and of course, just like Mark Campis, or our president Mark Campis was saying, it's we need to get better. We need to every day get better with what we have, and never stop learning. Every time that we encounter some challenges and success, in every success we have to be grateful. In every challenge we have also to be thankful, because it's helping us to become a better person and becoming a better leader. So in behalf of the leadership, I know the mentor, of course, of our Diamond Jojo is so proud about this, and maybe we can give her a chance to speak a little bit about how she feels about the training and what just happened tonight. And of course, may we call on our regional diamond, Joy De La Rosa from Irvine, California. Joy, are you in the line?
Yes, I'm right here. Can you hear me? And my background noise?
Yeah, go ahead.
Wow, that I was in awe. Thank you very much. Oh my gosh, that story, it brought me back to memory lane during our last project. Thank you very much, Executive Diamond Ryan Reyes, for introducing me and giving me a portion in this platform. Truly humbled from what I heard. I learned a lot, and I'm still learning. We are working. We're what do you call that? We're a work in progress. So we're just very excited about this deal, and I wish you guys know what you're feeling, what I'm feeling here, and what Ryman is actually feeling. Cannot contain them. Truly learn from these leaders. From the books, GoPro, Eric Worre, and of course, what's his name, Mr. Robert Kiyosaki. Learned a lot from him. And one of the books or the audio that I always listen to when I'm down was actually Mr. Jim Rohn. Marketing, I forgot that name, the book, but it's all about network marketing. Jim Rohn, he's a he's a great mentor. He's been, he's been long gone, but still I remember, and I still play his CD once in a while, with the rest of the CDs that I bought for myself to learn each and every day. So thank you very much, everyone, for plugging in. Thank you very much, Diamond Ryman, Diamond Jojo, and the rest of the leadership, the new partners that we have here. Welcome and congratulations. Ryman, my good mentor, my good friend and sponsor.
Thank you so much, Diamond Joy. And of course, it's 10:44 in the evening here in Eastern Time. And we really do appreciate each and every one of you guys. And we continue, request each and every leader in this platform that we continue